Anthony on Air Podcast. Welcome into another episode. We're talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, who says the grand jury that indicted her was too white. Plus, GameStop, their stock is going through the roof. We're going to explain what's going on with this short squeeze. If you don't know anything about stocks, but you've been hearing buzz about GameStop. Short squeeze. We're going to talk about this. We're explaining the whole process tonight. Stick around for that. Rest in peace, Cloris Leachman.
Yes.
Moment of silence.
Legend
of stage and screen.
She was amazing.
She's fantastic. And finally, China deploys a new swab test. You won't guess where they're applying the swab and for what.
Not everybody's going to like this.
Janine J. Sabs contributed that story. She will join us momentarily on the podcast, so stick around for that. You're not going to want to miss it. Actually, it's probably in the title, so you might have already seen it.
Spoiler alert.
Hero Soap Company sponsors this episode. Link in the description. More on them in a moment. Frankie C is here to start the show. How you doing, my man?
Doing all right yourself?
Pretty good. So lawyers for Ghislaine Maxwell, they are saying
the jury's too white?
Jury is too white. They're seeking a case dismissal on grounds the grand jury chosen to indict her was too white, a move legal experts call valid, even though Maxwell is not a minority. In pretrial motions filed late Monday, Maxwell's legal team said the grand jury impaneled last year in suburban Westchester County was improperly seated and lacked diversity. And that Manhattan, where the case is pending in federal court and where there is a higher concentration of minorities, should have been the venue. One of her pretrial motions says, quote, the fact that Miss Maxwell herself is neither black nor Hispanic does not deprive her of standing to raise this challenge. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Manhattan declined to comment on Maxwell's motion.
I mean, race is not a factor in this case, right? There's no.
First of all, let's call this what it is. They are grabbing at anything. This is like what
That's true.
We had. Our client is like done, dead to rights.
Your Honor, I sneezed on these documents. I call for a mistrial.
Yeah. So they are like, let's run down that. Where's the technicality? Where can we go? So that's clearly what this is. I find it interesting though, that in the reporting of this story, people are saying that this is a valid claim. That's pretty interesting to me.
I mean, all right, so they'll pick another jury and then they'll move on. I mean, you're just delaying the inevitable, I guess. And the more time they delay it, the more time she's just sitting in jail, right?
Well, technically, but I think the point is if they get this thrown out for this, she could walk. Is what they're attempting. It's not like. Because that's the. All right, let's see.
Wouldn't they just pick a new jury? Would there be a new trial?
They're not, but this is the grand, because you go in front of a grand jury when you get indicted.
Right, to
not
see
when
if there's enough stuff
exactly.
Bring it to a thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But, I mean, they would just pick another grand jury. I mean, were these lawyers involved in picking the jury? Every lawyer?
I don't think you pick a grand jury.
You don't voir dire the jury?
Does defense
true words. That's a real term.
Yeah.
Not just my cousin Vinny.
It was not immediately clear why the grand jury was seated outside of New York City, but since the start of the pandemic, court proceedings have been dramatically altered, with most appearances being done remotely. Only a small number of jury trials have gone forward, and none is starting right now. Vincent Sutherland, executive director of the Center on Race, Inequality, and the Law at New York University School of Law, said Maxwell's claim is viable and could result in the U.S. District Judge Allison Nathan dismissing the indictment, although prosecutors would probably have a chance to present the case again to a fresh grand jury panel should the judge rule in Maxwell's favor.
But what's like, I don't know what's the ratio they're looking for. I mean, is it like, are there a few minorities on the jury and that's not enough, or are there none?
They're saying, I don't know, too white is what we're going on.
Too white.
Too white. I'm not going to lie to
I
you,
mean,
Frank. It feels like this podcast is too white right now. If I could be honest, I would love.
that I'll agree with.
Yeah, I would love to get a little more diversity on here. Not just in race, but also intelligence, because, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Under the law, juries and grand juries must represent a fair cross-section of the community where the alleged crime occurred. Challenges like the one made by Maxwell's lawyers are fairly routine during jury selection at trial. The grand jury process is secret, but the Sixth Amendment protection still firmly applies.
So this is one of the many reasons I think that jurors, grand or otherwise, should be professional. It should be a job. There should be jurors that do this as a living.
Let me think about this, because I feel like the process is working pretty well, but I'm not going to lie to you.
Is it?
I think I'd be a great professional juror.
You know a little bit about the law. You don't have to be a lawyer.
Yeah.
But you know the ins and outs. You know about evidence, and maybe there's classes that you can take to becoming a jury. You know how to read into evidence and then testimony, and what certain terms mean. Maybe the judge says something, the lawyer says something you don't really understand. But as a professional juror, you would.
Yeah, and see, to be honest with you, I think, like, let me just say this, and I think this is a fair statement. I think that I am the most fair person to ever exist. I don't know if there's a more fair person on the planet than I. So I think that as J Sabs joins us, I think that would I be a good professional juror? I probably would, but I would like to be in a position where I just get to hear the cases and I'll give you a judgment.
Ooh, can you hear me now or no?
I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yes.
We got you in your giant blanket.
Yes. Why
thing.
do you not have heat in your house? What's happening?
It's because I didn't do my chores, so my husband turned off the heat.
You guys are into some kinky stuff.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about it, Frank, okay?
I'm not worried at all.
I just came in and heard you say something about it being a professional juror. Can I just say this? That would be my ultimate dream job. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah. Yeah. See, here's my only problem with being a professional juror. I would have to rely on 10 other people. Whereas if I was the only person judging, I'd feel better and more confident in the process. That's just my opinion. But I like, I want to hear.
I mean, as a juror though, but if you're a judge, that's a different, you're talking about being a judge.
I'm talking about being like a judge, like a mediator. Yeah. Yeah. I
think I have a whole theory on the judicial system, but go ahead.
Oh God.
I want to hear why Janine thinks she'd be a good juror.
Because I want to know every single detail of every single story someone tells me. So every time that I've been on a jury, you know how they go and ask like, oh, do you guys have any more questions? I'm always like, yeah, I do. Okay. And they're like, oh, like the other jurors are like, oh, we didn't think about that. So they would go back, ask the lawyers, and then they would come back with the answers. I just love the job. You know how people hate jury duty? No, sign me up. See, every day.
There's a calling for this.
There might be a calling for this. There might be something to this.
And plus, have you seen Legally Blonde? Thank you.
All right, maybe there isn't a calling for this, but there's something like this. It's not perfected just yet, but
oh my God.
I think we're onto something else here. I think if we had professional jurors that did this for a living, because for the like Janine was saying, for the most part, most people don't want to be there. If I'm on trial, I don't want my fate in the hands of people who just want to render a verdict and get the hell out of there. I want people to look at everything and take it seriously and actually consider and go over everything with a fine-tooth comb. Right?
Do you like being a juror, Frank, or no? Have you ever been one?
I've been called to jury duty, but I've never been put on a case, no.
Do you want to be?
I don't know. The only reason I wouldn't, I think, at this point, depends on the case, what kind of case it is. If it's like weird or I don't know. It's like animal abuse is something that I would not be able to sit through, I don't think. Child abuse, stuff like that, I wouldn't be able to. I don't know if I'd be comfortable hearing all that stuff. But I think I wouldn't mind other, little things here and there, but the big thing is missing work. It's a huge, inconvenience, stuff like that. So I think people, if they had this as a
you mean
profession,
people? Yes, you mean like not you, but like people in general don't want to
people
miss
who want
work.
to do it. Yeah, people who want to become a professional jury, just like there's people who want to be lawyers and judges and stenographers and everybody else in the courtroom is there except for the defendant because they want to be there. But the juror is there against their will for the most part, and you're forcing them to pass judgment on someone. It's like, how much of their judgment
agree.
is based on them just not wanting to be there anymore.
And also, there's people who just will, judge on if the person has blonde hair, for example.
That's why I think professional jurors go to a school.
Yes.
They learn about the law, and then judges teach those classes, and they pick, you've qualified,
Yes.
You're graduated, you're a professional juror.
Yeah, this system holds way too much in like the general public's hands. Like, why?
I mean,
they have so much hope.
Well, because a fair trial is you are to be judged by your peers, and that these are the peers.
But what if your peers are assholes? I mean, come on, let's be honest. Out of a jury of 10, at least 4 people are complete assholes.
I'm going to say that number's way too low. I was going to put that at 9.
I was going to be nice.
Yeah. And the whole thing becomes like, that it's all about, are you dressed in the right way? You have to have jurors that know what they're looking at and can see through these things and tricks and just
I think
go
I
on
could definitely be a
is.
professional one. No joke.
Yeah, you take training. I think that would be a good idea.
Yeah, but what do you pay? Because what do you pay for jury duty right now? Isn't it like $45 a day? Yeah, I mean,
I feel like it was $40 a day 20 years ago. Is it still $40 a day?
It still is.
Yeah.
Up until I did it 4 years ago, and
it should pay a good amount. Yeah. Why not?
I was actually on a federal case once too.
Ooh.
Was it murder?
No, it was a woman bringing a gun into the airport.
Was she planning to murder someone?
No.
Okay.
There was no real reasoning why. She sued for emotional damage.
She had the gun and was not the defendant. She was suing.
Correct. Well, right. She was suing, I guess, not NYPD, but the cops in the airport.
TSA or Homeland Security?
I guess something like that. So because she was carrying a gun on, and she wasn't allowed to be, she got arrested for it, was held in that, I don't know what there's a name for it that they call it in JFK.
Okay, like
the Port Authority cops.
No, there's a certain name for it.
Oh, no, I'm just saying the Port Authority cops are the cops at the airport.
Oh, yeah, there you go. It was Port Authority, you're right.
Okay.
And supposedly she was treated horribly there. And so she sued them. But guess what? We found them not guilty because, I mean, I'll just say it. She was a fucking nutcase. And she came here from California to go to her husband's Cornell University, reunion. Why are you bringing a gun? She could not answer
people
that.
She had grudges against.
Well, I was like, objection, Your Honor.
Did you yell objection? Can a juror yell objection?
Oh my God, you don't know how bad I want to.
First of all, can I just say, as the official representative of professional jurors, I'm going to make sure it's in the contract that they could yell objection. That's going to be a sticking point.
They should be able to yell objection. Raise your hand. I have a question. Can you speak up? Anything. Can a juror raise their hand and be...
In a professional juror system, they could raise their hand, they could yell objection, and they get 1 slam of the table per day. Yeah. 1 I want the truth a day. That's what they're going to be allotted in my contract.
And I also want to scream, you can't handle the truth.
Yes. Yeah, completely.
Telling you, it's another winner. Professional jurors. That's just one of my judicial system reform project.
I do believe that there are people who volunteer, though, to be on jury systems, as there is now.
Yeah, but if we made it a profession, like lawyer as a
God.
profession.
Mhm.
You know, I think failed, not failed lawyers, but people who, don't want to be lawyers, but like the law. They like doing, being in that atmosphere. I think that would be
Mhm.
good.
I
They have to go through
really enjoyed
psychological
it.
evaluation, the whole
Yes.
deal.
Yeah, I get it. I'm with you.
There's something kind of hot about it. I'm not gonna lie. There's something kind of hot about
Okay, this you're gonna have to explain to me. What's hot about being a professional juror? And
it. Not a juror, like watching the lawyers go back and forth. You're like, whoa. You can't say anything.
I was in one, like I was almost picked. I was in the box where they talk to you, they voir dire you, and they pick you out and they say, all right, you're out, you're in, you're out, you're in, that kind of thing. So I was in the jury's box, and I got to tell you, it wasn't so hot. There was one lawyer who gets up and he starts, explaining his side of the case, and then literally every other sentence, the other lawyer's like, I object. This guy's an idiot. I object. And the lawyer's like, what? What are you talking about? It was the guy was being embarrassed throughout the whole place.
Yeah, I don't. When I was in court, it wasn't hot. I don't like being in court.
You've been picked, Anthony?
I was close to one, but I didn't like it because I feel it reminds me of being in trouble. I don't like being in trouble, so I was like, I don't like.
Oh, really? You felt like you were sweaty and everyone's looking at you?
Not like that. I just feel like it just. I don't know. You always feel like you're in the principal's office.
Plus, I want to be like, yo, this is Frankie C. talking on Instagram Live, and what's going on?
Yeah,
I can't do that. They frown upon that.
My move to get out of jury duty is when they're asking me questions. I go like this. I go, don't worry, we're gonna get him. I go like that to one of the lawyers. I go, we're gonna.
You look at the defendant and go,
yeah,
we got this. We got.
Is that not allowed? Do they not like that?
Give him one of these. Not on my watch, buddy. We're gonna walk away from this together. Yeah. So anyway, so that's that's where the Ghislaine thing is. She says her grand jury was too white. And they're going to wait and see.
Yeah, you missed that part, Jay.
Yeah, that was the beginning of the podcast there.
Okay.
So they're saying that she's got, even though it's not based on, it's got to be a good cross-section of the community. It's not based on what they're saying. What the experts are saying is the argument that she's making is valid because it's not based on her race. It's based on the race of the jury. So they're gonna wait and see. But as we just said, they'll be able to bring her up again if they have to. So this will just be a delay tactic, Yeah,
that's what it sounds like. Because if race,
they always do that.
Race doesn't seem like a huge factor in the actual case.
Well, but
it's not like the O.J. Simpson case. Hello.
It feels like the kind of thing where it's like, I don't know if they're gonna have to let her go. If they have to redo this again, and you just get the feeling like she just needs a half hour outside to just completely sneak away and never have to deal with this ever again. You get the feeling like that's what her lawyers are going for. Like whatever it is that'll get her out for a day.
Do you think if she gets out, she's gone?
She's gone. I think
there's going to be people watching her. Like, let's say she got out on bail. She'd be under constant surveillance, ankle bracelet, the whole 9 yards.
I mean, I guess you'd have to go for something like that, But even still, it's a risk. It is a risk. It's not.
Well, she's no longer on suicide watch, right?
Well, I mean, her lawyers here are saying that she's been. Maxwell's lawyers have repeatedly complained that she's living under unduly restrictive conditions at the detention center in Brooklyn, noting that. Epstein died under the Bureau of Prison Supervision. So there's, I mean, you hear all kinds of things. So
died,
got the best job. And,
murdered.
Yeah, but the official story is he killed himself. So it's not like someone killed him.
Yeah.
According to the official story.
Right.
So what is she worried about? Just don't kill yourself and you should be fine.
I just think this is shady as hell. I mean, there was a story. It popped up it was weird. It popped up in the news again a couple days ago. We didn't talk about it because we talked about it like 3 weeks ago. How they caught her with the cell phone and what they used to catch her. For whatever reason, that popped up in the news like a couple of days ago again. I don't think she'll make that same mistake twice. I think if she bounces this time, she's gone for good, off the grid. Yeah.
Unless she gets a visit from Schmillery Blinton.
Who is that?
Yeah. I just think she'll just be gone and she'll just go.
I mean, right. You know how like you watch these like crazy movies and there's like these crazy plots and you're like, oh, that's never going to happen. Okay.
There's
definitely.
that 1 in a million that
Right.
it happens. That's what these
Right.
are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he, for me, I don't think he killed himself. Definitely not. Somebody definitely snuck in. And right. That's like a crazy thing too.
It's a lot of like the camera wasn't working or something. You know, there was a lot of coincidences with that.
Right.
Way too many
How
coincidences.
How many people?
Too
How many
many.
people did he have to pay off? Well, not he, but you know, that person. Schmillery Blinton. Right.
All right. Speaking of way too many people, the GameStop stock has gone through the roof.
Crazy. 100 and something percent, right?
135%.
35. Now it's 135. Damn.
See, I have
Now, why
I
is
have
that?
a map of the stocks. This is how it went.
There it is.
This is
Listen,
the accurate, exact map.
Frank, I could tell you were definitely well versed in the stock market. Thank you.
This is how many years of 4 years of college.
hey,
Liberal arts.
suck on that, Jim Cramer. Look at these graphics, baby. That's
All
what I'm
right,
talking
right.
about.
This is what we're working with here. What's the problem? We could do it.
Frank, can you
Uh,
write
button.
I
can
used
you
to work
write
on Wall
stock
Street,
on
so-
there but make the S the money symbol, please, to really jazz it
Oh,
up?
God, no.
I don't know if we have that budget, but I could try.
Did you
Also-
guys know that I used to work on Wall Street or no?
Yeah, I knew.
Was it a deli
Not
on Wall
the
Street?
street. Not fuck you, Frank.
There you go. Oh, it's backwards.
It's
Damn.
backwards.
I
Oh,
told you we didn't have
Oh.
the budget.
ruined.
No, definitely not.
All right, we're going to explain this whole thing for you in a second, but first, Hero Soap Company. If I could buy stock in this company, I would. It's privately owned by a veteran.
Oh.
This is the best
Go
soap ever
public, go
made
public.
by a veteran for everyone that these veterans protect. That means anybody can buy this. No parabens in there or harmful substances. All natural. And when you buy a bar of soap, they
Ooh.
ship a bar of soap over to our active military. Then they
Now
take
that's nice.
even more money out of what they're making, and they build homes for veterans, mortgage.
Beautiful thing,
free.
baby.
It's amazing what they're doing over there at
Crazy.
Hero
It's
Soap
crazy.
Company. I like the peppermint and cool. I like the spearmint.
You're a minty guy.
I'm a minty guy. I like it. It feels very clean. But lavender starting to make a push. Lavender's starting to make a push lately.
Classic.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I wonder why lavender like pulled ahead of like rose. Rose seemed to be the big flower. That's the mother of all flowers.
Yeah.
But lavender pulled ahead in the scent area.
I wonder why that is. I don't know. I wonder who first looked at the lavender bush and goes, I'm going to make some soap out of that one day. This is going to be
That's what she said.
fantastic.
It
Yeah.
smells great. I want to clean myself with it.
Yeah. You can sign up for a subscription where they will send soap to your house every single month. You choose how much you want and when you want it.
Ooh.
And you can save 20% off when you use the promo code Anthony.
Ooh.
Use
Use-
that code. That's a big saving.
Huge code. Use the link in the description below, please. So this is ridiculous. So they're calling this Nerds versus Wall Street. They're calling this a short squeeze.
She said.
This
I'm just gonna say that as you.
so this is basically what's happening. There's these short sellers, okay? So these are the people that are betting against stocks, for lack of a better term. There we go. Look at that graphic.
Oh my god.
All right.
Huh?
So explain it while I illustrate on me. Go ahead. What are they doing now?
So the short sellers are betting against companies. They are betting that the stocks are going to go down. And as the stocks go down, they actually make more money. What's happening is there's this Reddit group. I want to give you the name of the Reddit group to make sure I got all this information down just right. There's a Reddit group, and it's called Wall Street.
Reddit
it.
group.
Wall Street Bets.
Okay.
Okay. And what Wall Street Bets is a bunch of young people on Reddit, and they turn around and they look at these companies that are being shorted. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
They-
Wall Street bets.
Okay, there you go. Wall Street Bets. They look at these companies that are being shorted, and they
Shorted.
see an opportunity.
Not sharded.
Not shorted.
Opportunity.
Shorted. So what they do is they go, okay, there was this guy who's a famous, he short stocks for a living. This is what he does. He looks at GameStop and he goes, here's a brick and mortar business. They're selling video games. Okay, we're in 2021. Nobody's buying video games from brick and mortar. People are downloading their video games off the internet. It's this trade-in system. It's not going to work. I'm going to short GameStop. So he buys all these short positions, which means as the stock goes down, he makes more money. But what these kids are doing now is called a short squeeze. So they see this and they start buying up the stock. Okay.
Yep.
What that does is drive the price up. Guy makes money. Short sellers make money as the stock goes down. As the stock goes up, in order to not lose as much money, he has to then buy the stock so that he doesn't lose endlessly. Because basically, if you're buying a stock, there's no limit to how much you can make because it can always go up. Transversely, if you're shorting a stock, there's no limit to how much you can lose because the stock can continue to go down and you're going to continue to have to make up that purchase price. So what these kids on Reddit are doing is they're going around and they're seeing who some of these big players are, some of these big short people, and they're going, this guy has X amount of money short on GameStop. If we all buy this, not only are we going to all drive the stock price up, but everybody who has a short position on this is going to have to start to buy in order to not lose as much. And that's going to drive the stock price up even more. And what they've done is
coming.
What?
How did they see that coming?
Because you can go in and you can see on every company how many short positions there are against it. You can see this data anywhere. And so they looked at this.
Why doesn't everybody do that to every short stock?
Here's the problem, Frank. It is illegal. It's illegal if I have a company and everybody's paying me. If everybody's paying me to be their financial advisor and I go, I know, I'll tell my 5,000, people that I'm advising to do this.
To short this stock.
That's illegal. But
insider trading, is that the same thing?
Sort of, but not really.
Yeah, it's not really insider trading.
Short selling is legal, but what he said to do is not legal.
If a financial advisor gets everybody together to do it, illegal. But if one idiot posts on the internet, we should do this, and then everybody else just does it, not so illegal. Not the same exact thing.
Well, that is insider trading. If the stock broker guy knows about it and tells his clients to do it, isn't that insider trading?
Irrelevant to what we're talking about. No, insider trading is like I heard or work for a company or know somebody who worked for a company and they say that they're going to do this.
So sell everything, or they're going to do great, so buy everything.
Yeah, you got to have the inside knowledge. That's insider trading. But what these guys are doing on Reddit, okay, they're just saying like, hey, this is a thing, like, or there's a lot of shorts against GameStop and we kind of believe in the stock, or I believe in the stock. I think this is a good bet. And you know how Reddit works. As people voted up the thread, it goes and rises to the top. So all these people started buying these stocks and they started forcing the old Wall Street guard who had all these short positions to lose a ton of money and drive this stock price up. So if you bought GameStop like a week ago, you're up 135%.
Which is crazy. And
insane.
Also, GameStop was actually closing locations too.
I'm going to buy Blockbuster.
Which is crazy.
Can I do that?
What do you want?
I want to buy stock in Blockbuster.
That's too late for that.
You're going to lose.
But here's what's happening. So now this starts to gain a little momentum over the last day or two because they're seeing what they're doing at GameStop. So these guys turn around and go, what else do we like? And they went out and did it to Bed Bath & Beyond. Or Bath & Body Works. I think it was Bed Bath & Beyond, which saw like a 30% or 70% increase in a day. And now it settled back down again to where it was, but they still made it jump up. And the other thing they did it to was AMC Entertainment, which is the movie
AMC,
theater chain.
I could see that happening, but Bed Bath & Beyond wasn't going anywhere, right? Were they doing bad? I thought they were still a thing.
It doesn't really matter because brick and mortar, it doesn't, there's no rhyme or reason why people short a stock. It's the same reason why you buy. If you bet on the stock.
They shorted it because the stocks were going down.
No. If you buy a stock, you're betting on the stock going up. If you short a stock, you're betting on the stock going down. There's no, everybody will have their rhyme or reasons. If I go, I think the stock's going to go up, I buy it, and you look at it and go, no, I think it's going to go down for this, this, and this. I'm going to short it. We each have our reasons of why we're doing it, right? There's no guarantee.
So basically this.
Basically that. Because somebody shorts a stock, to answer your question, Frank, it doesn't guarantee it's going to go down. Those people just think it's going to go down. Now,
but then a bunch of people buy it, it goes up, and then the people that shorted it,
right? But what's unique right now have to buy it, because what's unique about it is there's no limit to how much they could lose, because they're technically, when you short a stock, you're borrowing that stock. So if I am going to eventually wind up paying, if I buy a stock for $100, okay, and it turns out that it starts to go up, and I'm going to lose $30 on the stock if I buy it back now, I might want to do that, because then the reason why I'll do it, because I don't want to get to a point where I'm going to have to buy it back and lose $60 or $70 or $80. So if they start to see this happen, they'll go, oh, I don't want to lose my shirt here, so I'm going to start buying it back now. I'd rather lose $10 a share than lose $50 a share. So they start buying it back, and the more they buy it back, the more the stock goes up. So it's called a short squeeze. So that's what's happening.
I never understood how you could lose more than you put in. Like if I buy a stock for $100, can I lose $1,000?
If you're shorting a stock, you can. If you buy a stock for $100, all you can lose is $100.
Right. Okay.
If you buy a stock for $100, you can make unlimited amounts of money based on how it goes up. Shorting is the exact opposite.
Okay.
Because you're borrowing the stock.
Where I used to work, the brokers would make their clients buy the same stock, and then short the same stock too.
Right, which is not really.
No, it's not really legal at all.
Not really a legal thing.
It's kind of what I've known is
allegedly.
So the reason why I am downloading Robinhood and or E-Trade. By the way, did we find out which one was better? E-Trade's better? Okay. Well, Frank's brother just told me that Robinhood is better.
I like Candy Crush. Is that good? Is that a good one?
Yeah.
Short that.
Oh.
So the reason why is GameStop up 135%. AMC, they decide, hey, AMC has a lot of short positions against it. Let's take a look at that. AMC added more than 300% today.
Ooh, really?
Let me tell you
now
how.
They're onto their game. They can't do this they got to lay low for a while, no?
Well, what's crazy about it is AMC theaters aren't even open right now, and the stock went up 300%. Wait. Not only did word get out that they were doing this for AMC theaters, and they saw a 300% increase, but AMC AMC Networks, which is the cable channel, which has nothing to do with the movie theater, that started to go up because people started to hear a buzz about what was going on.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
And not even realize it's not the same thing?
Yeah.
That is ricocheted. That is I happen to be in the room kind of stuff.
AMC? Okay.
AMC is American Movie Classics, and AMC Movies is movie theaters. I don't even know what that stands for.
Two completely different things, both called AMC.
I think there's even an AMC bowling alley.
There might be.
Right.
Yeah, there might be like a bowling pin or something. I don't know. I'm going to check on it.
So probably going through the roof.
So the SEC came out today and they said they're aware of the trading frenzy and that they're keeping an eye on it. But honestly, what the hell could they do? But I want everybody to keep in mind what is happening here. Okay, when you look at Wall Street, okay, Wall Street was always filled with highfalutin. I'm a stockbroker. I went to such and such a school. I make this amount of money. I'm smart. I'm intelligent. I know what's happening. I know what's going on, right? Kind of similar to what we saw with newspapers, TV stations,
right?
Radio stations, right? You had to be like some big deal to
Podcasts?
be on the radio.
Podcasts.
And then what happened? Podcasts came in and disrupted it. You had to be a big deal to have your own column in the newspaper. And then what happened? People started writing blogs and they disrupted it, right? The internet has cut the knees of almost every single industry across the board, except for Wall Street. And for the first time ever in the last couple days.
I have to disagree with you there.
Go ahead.
I think that it has, there's no need for big Wall Street firms for at least 10 years now.
Yes, that's true because of the E-trades and all that kind of
Right.
stuff. I agree with that. But the difference here, Janine, is, and I agree with you, you're right. What I'm saying is you used to have to be a major player. You used to have to
you mean, yeah.
know the game. You have to know what's
To
going
trade
on.
stocks, you mean?
To trade
Yeah.
stocks and be one of these highfalutin people.
Now that all the peasants, all of us lower people are involved,
Right.
you're gonna lose. Now
For
the
the-
value's gonna start to change a little bit.
For the
And
first
when I
time,
say peasants, I'm referring to myself as well.
Oh,
but for the first time ever, we're seeing a viral case on the internet.
because of some stupid person on the internet, basically.
Could be a smart
Some
person,
smart person
could
on
be
the
the
internet.
dumbest
Some smart
person
person.
ever. But it doesn't matter.
Right.
But the point is, to your point, it became the collective. It became the viral moment where the people had more power and influence than the highfalutin Wall Street people. And by
Oh,
the
yeah.
way,
I love it.
not only more power and influence, but cost those that are in the know in Wall Street, cost them more money.
They
It's
gave
true.
a little taste of their own medicine. I love it.
And it wasn't like it was hacked. It was someone doing
They did it the
something
right way.
legally, right? They did it legally,
They they worked the system
right?
Right.
and they made their money and they kind of got one over on the big guys. I love it.
First time
It's
we've
true,
ever
'cause-
seen this, and it'll be interesting to see
How
if
many times
this.
it could happen again?
Yeah,
It's going
What
to change
else?
the game.
what else could they do?
Mm-hmm.
It's going
What-
to change the game completely. Now the big Wall Street people are going to have to keep on their toes. They're not just going to get away with stuff like this, and they're just going to have to watch what they do now. It's going to be
Or just go on Reddit.
or just go on Reddit. Or can you imagine all the Wall Street guys are sitting there like on E-Trade and Robinhood and going, yeah, I think this is a good one. Like acting like they're making the decisions, but it's actually E-Trade making the decisions. I bet most of them do that.
A lot of people.
Well, they don't really
No,
use
but I mean the
those
brokers.
systems, though.
yeah, but right to
Oh.
Janine's point, they don't use E-Trade. They use like whatever.
They use
Or
their
whatever
own
they're using.
systems.
Yeah.
Bloomberg.
Yeah, the Bloomberg
Whatever they're
terminals.
using, but they're not using their own, intuition and stuff like that.
Oh,
There's a lot
like
of
their
people.
research.
There's a lot of
Right.
people. Right. There's a lot of people that will just follow certain people and just do exactly what they do and make a ton of money.
Right.
Right.
But they pass themselves off as these incredibly knowledgeable. That's why the guy who started this, I don't know his name, but the guy who was like bragging about, hey, everybody, we're going to short the crap out of GameStop. And the fact that these I'm assuming they're young
People
kids
listen to him.
on Reddit
Anybody.
saw this and were like, wait a second, we love GameStop. We're going to come to their aid and support them
Right.
and put this guy out of business. That's basically what they did. And
I
that's,
wonder how many
Right.
people, went along with that guy on Reddit. Thousands.
Oh.
you mean the
More.
people that revolted on Reddit?
The people that went along with the guy and made the money against the Wall Street guys.
The short position. Yeah, I don't.
Short, yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's not crowd-funded, but it's crowd-driven. It's organic. It's
Oh yeah. That's
viral.
right.
It's that
Oh yeah,
viral.
it's changed the game. I mean, now with all this internet stuff,
Interwebs.
these interwebs, people, it's a totally different game out there. It's not like it was 20
Yeah.
years ago, 30 years ago.
So whereas like a lot of people will be like, oh, I don't know, something's going on with GameStop or I don't know what it is. I think this is actually one of the biggest, most pivotal moments in the history of the stock market because how they're going to
Yep.
react to this is going to be huge if they can
It's
do
true.
anything about it.
Yeah, what's the response?
That's why I kid
know.
you not. I am getting one of these things. We're going to put some money on it and we're going to ride I feel like I'm at the beginning of a trend. So cryptocurrency had the same exact thing. And I sat
Oh, yeah.
there and
That
watched.
blows my mind.
I watched
Cryptocurrency.
people go through the
still don't get it.
cryptocurrency thing, and I bought it way too late, and I was there for
Of course you did.
crash
Everybody
of crypto.
did.
Yeah. So I'm looking at this going, wait a second. I'm aware of this, and it's happening right now. Before it's going to go huge mainstream news, I'm getting in on it now. By the way, I'm not a financial advisor. You shouldn't rely on me. But
No, don't
What?
go by the three of us. The only person here with any hint of background is Janine. So maybe.
Janine is the most. She has the most Wall Street experience on this panel by far. Not even close.
But I really do, and that's what's sad. I don't know. I worked in Wall Street for 3 years, and I worked for, like I said, a
Just keep this
brokerage
in
firm.
mind. No, I'm
A
kidding.
real brokerage firm that is no longer here. The one that my brother worked for.
Before or
husband
after
worked
you
for?
left?
Oh, we worked at them at the same time.
No, I mean you caused them to tank, or they tanked after you left.
After.
Oh, good. Okay.
Actually, I
weren't
worked for
responsible.
2 different firms.
All right, but you
And-
learned
yeah.
learned a little bit about the industry and how it all works.
I did because I actually did some trading.
Yeah, which
Is illegal.
I have zero clue about. Which is illegal? Is that what you said?
Well, I didn't have my license and I did it,
Hmm,
which a lot of people did. So
I guess.
Downloading now.
E-Trade.
Downloading
There it is.
right now.
Let me
Bye.
guess. You're gonna treat this like this is your first time at OTB, and you're gonna put $10 on the
double.
long shot, and you're gonna be like, let's see how this does. I'll check it in a week. Maybe you make 25 cents, and then you go, I'm out. I made 25 cents. I'm good.
What are we doing, babe? E-Trade or Robinhood?
you should get my brother on here, Sam.
I texted your brother to see to get his answer. Frank's brother answered me. That wasn't comforting.
You don't want that.
No,
I texted Janine's brother going, I don't even know if I should listen to this asshole. And then the even bigger asshole answered. And I was like, oh, okay, what he's saying? You know, so that's a whole other issue unto itself. But I'm just going to say this. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't take financial advice
No,
from
he
me.
is not.
But just know that if you follow me on Twitter at Anthony's Faves, I'm going to be tweeting what's happening and what I'm doing and how it's going down.
God. But
So
don't
if you-
listen.
If you want to ride this train with your old pal Ant, put $100 in E-Trade and
100
let's
on
see what
Seabiscuit.
happens.
See how it goes.
Let's see what
Sea
happens.
biscuit.
I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Well,
I would say
you know what?
I would say I'd cash out my Bitcoin and put that money on here.
He's
but
underdog.
that money is
Well, you know
gone.
what? Put your money on whatever that peanut butter was. What was that peanut butter from last time?
Oh yeah, peanut butter and company, white chocolatey, whatever.
There you go. I want to see you invest in that.
Yeah.
Did you make the dog? Oh, never mind.
What was weird? No, I did not. What was weird though is the same problem they had with the jury is the same problem with that peanut butter. Too much white chocolate. That was
But
Yeah.
Very good.
Anywho, I am downloading E-Trade or Robinhood. I'm going to pick one of them. I'm going to put a couple $100 in there, probably 1,000. I would put 5,000 if my
1,000?
wife wasn't in the room right now. We got it.
Can we ask what products you're considering or what companies?
What companies I'm going to buy?
yeah.
Whatever they
$1,000 you're putting in?
whatever they say next. I'm on Reddit. I'm following my guys on Reddit. I'm going to see whatever. By the way, they took down the Reddit thread as
Oh,
this
they
was
did.
happening, but Reddit rides again, man. They just moved the thread somewhere else. And then
Why would they take it down?
then they also moved to Twitter. Why would they take it? Because it's because the man is scared, man. That's why.
But who's
The
going to take
man.
that down? Reddit took it
Because
down?
Biden told him to.
Because Biden told him to. How do you feel about him now, Frank? We're all out here trying to make some money.
Oh, see?
So, some guy just tweeted, "Do not buy AMC. My fund has a massive short position, and my wife will leave me again if you buy it."
Again?
Nice.
Leave him again.
So this is
Something
what
tells me this isn't AMC related.
So this is what they say. Please share this. There is currently $38 million worth of shorts on AMC.
Damn.
When these short sellers don't hit their price target, they have to come out of pocket to cover the shorts or buy the shares. This will cause the price to rise to the moon. So they know that there are $38 million. This is from MarketBeat. They know there's
So,
$38
I wanna
million
see you buy
of
right
short.
now. AMC. Go ahead. Put $100 in AMC. Can you do that now?
Yeah. E-Trade or Robinhood, D? Which one? Which one will take money straight from my Apple account? Because my wife won't.
Which one's the easiest one, right? Basically.
Which one's the easiest one?
Can they
wait
do
a second.
PayPal? Because I have PayPal.
Hold on. Frank's brother, who looks like Millhouse, just told me that if you open a new account on Robinhood in the next 24 hours, we'll both get stock for free.
What?
Ooh.
It sounds like a scam to me.
Maybe I'll go in there too.
Look, claim free stock now from Mike. There we go. Hold on.
Claim free.
Hold on. Click.
Click, 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 click,
Click,
click,
click, clickety click.
Easy enough.
So
You
you
hear
just
that?
bought it? What'd you do?
Shh, shh. You hear that? It's the sound of
No.
my kid's college fund disappearing.
Yeah, goodbye. This is the same
They
kind
don't
of
need
thing.
college
Like
anyway.
when
Just
we
go
were in
and get into a
Atlantic City
union.
or Vegas, and you're like, "Oh, come on, put $100 on red with me. What could happen?" Tell you what could happen.
Hi there. Your free stock referral from Michael is waiting for you. Claim your free stock now. Thank you, Robinhood. There's free stock waiting for you. This is so easy. I'm already up.
Oh, you're up.
You're almost there. You'll get your free stock like Limelight Networks, GE, or Microsoft when you join. Learn more or get your free stock. Why learn more? Get free stock now.
This seems shady.
Why do you need to learn what you're doing?
I don't.
Right.
That wasn't proper English, so that seems shady to me.
Let's get started. What country do you live in? United States. They even answered it for me.
Bermuda.
What's your
I don't
email
know, man.
address?
Grand Cayman Islands.
Continue. Verification privacy disclosure. Don't read it. Just hit continue. Create your password. My password will be password 123. What is your legal name? I'm going to fill this out.
That's what she said.
Word up. Janine, do you want to talk about your topic while I do this? Your swab topic?
Oh,
Yes.
the swab topic.
Oh, by the way, can I say
Because I
something?
do have. Ooh,
Hang on. Let me say a couple things. I know I just invited Janine to talk and then cut her off, but let me say a couple
hold
things.
on. Let me see a couple of things.
One thing is there are YouTube rules where if you say bad, naughty words or talk about dirty topics within like the first 20 minutes or half hour or whatever, it's not good. So we're going to, just a rule of thumb on this show, all that stuff is going to get saved to the end because I think they just stop listening or watching, the YouTube police. So
That's good.
Yeah, keep that in mind. We're just going to just shove all that stuff over to the end. Okay, go ahead.
Let's
That's what
press
she
on.
I'm gonna be as brief as possible because I have to go. So
Okay.
do my chores so I can get heat on. So
Janine, let me just say this too. Once I score big with this AMC stock, I'm going to buy your heat for you
thank you.
for the next 5
Is
years.
PDQ on you now?
Your heat's on.
Buy stock in PDQ,
Right, exactly.
Maybe.
depending on how it goes.
So they're developing a new kind of swab for the coronavirus.
Okay, who's developing this?
I think China
China.
is China,
Uh-huh.
and it is not one they have used before. It goes in your anus. So you
That's spelled
swab it.
ANUS.
Right. It's I guess it is what it is. It's an anal swab.
So they don't do they do this drive-by? Like you pull up, you stick your
You
ass
stick
out
your
the window,
ass out the car,
and they just
Right.
go, whoop.
basically. I have
Lovely.
one concern.
One?
Just one.
What's your one concern?
How far do they go in?
Excellent question.
It's a good concern.
And do they test for other things?
I think they just do the one test and it's gone.
So, another thing. The same stuff that's in your nose is the same stuff that's in your anus.
Well, it's everywhere. If it's a virus, it's going to be in your bloodstream. It's going to be everywhere. I don't know why they got to check your anus, but apparently they say that's a better result. They get a better result from that spot. Why they can't check your mouth? Do like a culture,
Right.
blood culture. What's the
Well, that's
problem?
my thing. Why do they have to go in your noose? I mean, is it going to bother me? No. I probably would rather get that one than the one that's going to go in your brain. Brain or a noose?
You want
You
the
decide.
anus one.
Yeah.
Besides, not the brain one.
Correct. I have not been tested yet. I don't think any of us have.
I have been.
You have?
Yes. They didn't go all the way up into my brain. They stopped right about here.
Why did you get tested?
I was around the holidays, and I wanted to see if I could be around people. So we all got tested, and everybody who had tested negative, and we got together.
Okay, now
this is around Thanksgiving-ish.
If the anus one gives you immediate results, would you take that one?
I'd rather just stay home and quarantine for weeks and weeks.
Question. What about if you can do the anal one at home?
Like I could just take the culture myself, put it in a thing, and it like turns blue or something?
Yes.
I'd be down with that. That's fine. I can handle that.
See? All right.
I don't want to stick my ass out a car window is what I'm saying.
Is that what you're saying? Because I interpreted that differently.
Frank's down for some butt play, I hear.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what I...
Let me call his wife.
I'm not saying I'd enjoy it. I'm saying it's an accurate test. You got a Q-tip. Let's be honest. Have some fun.
You'd enjoy it.
I might enjoy it a little bit.
See? Thank you for being honest, Frank.
Yeah.
I think that one over there, too. So, fam?
Let's all be honest. Who's not going to enjoy it?
Would you take this test?
No, never.
Never.
Why not?
You wouldn't do it in your privacy of your own home by yourself. If it gave you an instant, here's a Q-tip. It's this big, the size of like a pen. You do a little boop, and then you drop it into a solution, and it tells you if you got it. Right there and then.
No, nothing's going up my rear end ever. No.
Oh, stop.
What are you talking about? I took you for your colonoscopy a couple of years ago.
I had no choice, and I was knocked out. If you want to knock me out and do this, fine, go ahead. If I'm not going to feel it, I don't care.
Listen, it's a thin little thing.
I think if any of us knock you out and do it, I think that's crossing on some kind of...
Wait, how thin is it? How thin is it, Janine?
It's like a Q-tip
Still no.
swab.
Still no.
Okay. Meanwhile, never mind. I'm not gonna even go there.
That's just being prude.
I don't want anything up my rear end. I don't think it'll feel
an exit only for you.
Look how annoying it is going up your nose. You know how many more nerve endings there are in your rear end? I can't see that being a good thing.
I honestly think it'll be worse.
I don't know. Again, it goes back to Janine's question of how far. I mean, if it's just the rim, then I think, like the salt around the margarita glass, I think we're all right. But if they're going in...
Can I get that salt around the rim? All right, Trey.
If they're dunking the cherry all the way down, I don't think we're, that's a different story. But if they're just getting the, cursory, just kind of around the area, and what are they getting from that? Like DNA?
That's my question.
They're not getting anything
I don't know.
Different. I mean, what are they?
But you know what? I'll be the guinea pig in this instance.
All right, you go to China.
I'm volunteering.
You go to China and get the test done.
I mean, I hope they start selling it here.
Like if you had no choice, but you had to do a home, what's it called? Enema or
right?
With the water or whatever.
Yeah.
You had to do it. You do it.
Right.
You don't have to do those things. You're all every example you're laying out are optional things.
No, I'm sorry.
It's either for that stuff, it's either really severe stomach pain, like your stomach's gonna explode, or enema, and it's over in 2 seconds.
Right. Fam, let me ask you a personal question.
Mm-hmm.
Please answer. If you couldn't go to the bathroom one day and you had to use an enema, you wouldn't use it. And it's like your last resort. That's like what they're telling you to do.
So the only way you're going to be able to comfortably go to the bathroom ever again is if you flush your system out with an enema. You thinking about it?
I'm thinking
I
about
mean,
it.
yeah.
I'm also trying to link my bank account at the same time.
Just
While
think.
Janine and I are talking about sticking things up people's butts, he's talking about trading stocks.
Frank, you
and
would.
grown-up
Frank,
stuff.
you would, right?
If it's a medical procedure, it's okay.
Yeah,
Right.
again, you see, now you're talking about something where it's like I don't have a choice to do it. There,
Like a prostate exam, that's something we're all gonna have to do.
yeah, like
Yeah,
I
when
have
we
to go to
get-
the bathroom. Like that's that if
Right.
you're
My brother gives them out for free, I heard. So
I don't
That's
know.
true.
What's
not that I know.
Isn't this a colonic too? Is that what this isn't a colonic that? Or
Colonic is like a.
is that where they just shoot
enema.
water up your rear end?
yeah, they just shoot.
Right, and they
Yeah,
flush you out.
it's just.
If it's a
very
medical
weird.
thing and it's got to be done, then go for it. You got to do it. You got to do it. I don't know.
Here's my
But
thing though.
I got no problem with the COVID test they got now. It's accurate. They tell you what it is, and you wait a couple days, and they tell you if you got it.
Accurate? I don't know.
The quick
What if
ones
they
aren't that accurate, but the ones that take a few days, those are the
Right,
more
well-
accurate ones, and I have no problem
Right.
with that.
But here's. Did you
but-
take the quick one, or did you take the?
No, mine it took 2 days to get the result back.
And they didn't go all the way up your nose. Then apparently
They
they
went
didn't do
like-
it right.
They went like right about. I went to a urgent care clinic, and the nurse did it, and it went right up out of here.
Wait, D, come here. You have to pick which one
Well,
has which one has.
You should be able to
Yeah, but here's
do
the
the
thing.
anal one then easily.
You're talking about something. You're giving up your back door way too quickly there, Frank. That's an
Only if it's
unnecessary.
medical. If you have to, and it's a medical.
But that's not
procedure.
medical. It's not medical. You could do
It's
it another
COVID.
way. It's
I'm saying if it's
If you want an answer right now and you
100%
just stick this
accurate.
thing up your butt, right? That's it.
and
Easy.
and it's not like
Fair.
in.
Just
It's,
like that.
they're getting the
look at that thing that she's got in her hand. That's ridiculous.
No, that's not a Q-tip size.
This-
You're way too eager. Oh, I thought it was.
No,
a Q-tip.
that's too big.
You're way
No,
too eager to
Q-
have something up your rear end, Frank.
No,
way too
Q-tip
eager.
size, and you just get the outer area.
Here's
You're
what bothers
going
me.
in like
Here's what bothers
inch
me.
or two?
It
No
doesn't.
good.
It doesn't bother me if ass play is your kink. I support you. I'm okay with that. I just don't like how you're covering it up with this whole "oh, it's for COVID" excuse. Like, just be the person that you want to be. You're.
Hey, listen.
Listen.
If one night out of every night that I do this is for COVID, that's
Right.
that's the sacrifice I make.
Then
Pick
say
the,
it's
pick
for
the
COVID.
bank account with the most amount of money in it. No, just
Have you
pick
made
the-
$1 million
pick the
yet? Are
savings.
you a millionaire? Are you quitting this thing?
Hold on, I'm
Is it
trying to
going to
get
be
my.
the Janine and Frank show?
I'm trying to get my bank account settled. But you don't want to pick one that you're always moving stuff in and out of because then it might get screwed up. Just pick the one. Pick the honeypot. My
What's
wife
your
is
account
trying
number?
to restrict me. I
Give
almost
it to
said it.
everyone.
Here,
Give,
okay,
give it to the thousands of users.
but
So Janine
Janine,
and I are planning the show
picked
without
it?
you for
Okay.
when you're a millionaire.
how much do we want to do? How much?
We could
$100
definitely,
on peanut butter at peanut butter place
Frank.
if it's a publicly traded stock.
Flash me
Guess
a number.
what-
How much?
Guess
This?
what my show and tell is going to be
This?
on the show. You know,
What
the
can we
new
do?
product.
Stuff.
This is good.
My new
This one?
product to show on the show is going to be the anal
Yeah?
swab coronavirus
Okay.
test.
I don't know if most platforms would carry that show.
Reddit would.
Reddit would.
All right, putting money in my account. I wonder what stock I'm going to get for free. This is very exciting.
They just give you a random stock.
I guess so. I don't know how it works.
You might have a credit.
You're getting Circuit City stock.
Circuit City.
It's over, pal. Have fun with your crappy stock.
Bye. On that note,
By the way, Mike's
well-
gonna get some free stock out of this deal too, which is
Oh, because
crazy.
he recommended you.
Yeah, he recommended me. But going back to you,
Recommend me,
Janine, I know
and
you got to
I'll
run.
give you free
All right, I'll
stock.
do it. I'll do you. I know you got to run, but you just named one of my two biggest. Like, this is my fear: is one, having something stuck up my rear end. Two, I can't imagine this is having something stuck up my front end when when I got to stick something in
No.
your pee
No,
hole.
no, that's
That
awful. A lot of people go through that. Again,
wait,
medical
what are you
reasons,
talking about?
Going through the front end for a guy.
Oh, like you've
Like
got something
a
stuck in your
catheter.
penis pee area.
A lot of people have to get catheter. That's a medical thing, and that's. And I'm assuming it's not pleasant, but again,
Sam,
it's against. It's a medical thing.
no, because never mind. I won't even say.
I'm sure there are
Um,
some out there sexual things with it, but I'm talking medical. There's catheters and stuff. That's
Oh,
front end.
I thought
That's
I
front
thought
end
he was
stuff.
talking about women. Fam, you
Women
talking about
too.
women or
Women
men?
get that stuff.
No, I'm talking about men.
Either way.
Oh, like
I'm
getting
sure
something
that's-
stuck in your penis hole.
Oh,
I'm sure that's the same thing for women.
the idea of that is terrifying, and the idea of sticking up my back hole is just slightly less terrifying, but still terrifying.
Right. I'd have to agree with that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, unless it's
I mean,
medical.
and I don't even
again,
have a penis hole, and I sure know that is not a good area to.
No.
we're getting
Pretend to
demonetized
squeeze.
for sure. This isn't making any. This isn't.
Yeah.
This is getting torn down.
Did you even hear what I said?
Something about a pee hole.
Yeah, squeezing it. So someone doesn't like when I do that. So
No. Yeah. Well, it depends on how hard we're squeezing, but
This is derailed. We were talking about stocks before.
yeah. Remember when the stocks went up?
Yeah, that was adult talk.
that's what she said.
Cloris
that note-
Leachman died. Anything else on that? We're good. Okay.
Oh, I love Cloris Leachman. Rest in peace, Cloris Leachman. You were awesome.
Right.
She was the
It's true.
best. Young Frankenstein. Don't tell me you'd never heard of Young
I'm
Frankenstein.
just kidding. I do know
Thank
who that
you.
is. Come on.
All right. Raising Hope was an amazing show. It was only on for 4 seasons, but it should have went way
I
more.
forgot about that one.
That was such a great show. It's on,
Mm-hmm.
I think, Hulu.
Okay, maybe I'll check that out.
Raising Hope. It's hysterical.
How
And
much you
she's
think?
great in it.
How much you think she's worth?
Oof.
Got to be in the tens of millions. I'd say in the upper tens of millions.
Because you got like she's been in things forever, but nothing like massive. Like she's not.
Young Frankenstein's huge.
Yeah, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, that's true. But she's been around forever, so I'm sure she's saving up. I
Right.
don't think she lived the crazy extravagant lifestyle.
All right, the first thing that came up on the internet puts her net worth in at around $10 million.
Okay,
It's enough.
you were there. You were there.
I take it.
Celebrity
Take
net
it in a
worth.
second.
Good too.
All right,
She was in a ton of stuff. Beer Fest.
we'll leave
I
it
thought
there.
she was in Beer Fest.
Don't forget bonus podcast coming this Saturday as we go to PDQ, the chicken place. We're going to try the chicken place from the comfort
I
of
am
our own
looking forward
cars.
to this.
Now, J-Sabs, you're out on this or are you in? You're out.
I am because I have to go to a virtual baby shower.
I think I'd rather
Yeah, I
have
know.
something stuck up my pee hole than go to a virtual baby shower.
Wait. We're going to this place for dinner, right? Or for lunch?
I thought lunch. What time is
that
your
what you're
shower?
thinking?
It's 12 to 4.
All right, let's do it for dinner. Should we do like a 6 o'clock thing?
Okay. I don't know if he wants to drive all the way out here by 6 o'clock, right?
It's Saturday. There's no real rush hour.
His
No.
kids go to sleep early.
Yeah, my kids go to sleep at 4 o'clock.
Yeah, they do.
But Saturday, yes, we're doing PDQ. We just got to figure out the time. And are we
All
telling everybody? Or
We'll figure out the time because I was thinking we'll replace J-Sabs if we have to. We'll just get a surprise mystery replacement.
With
mystery
who?
guest?
Who can ever take my place? Objection, Your Honor.
I
That's
want
called
the
a throwback
truth.
in the comedy business.
Yeah. So I don't know, but either way we're gonna do it. I don't know where we're gonna do it, but you might be able to watch it live somewhere else. But we'll put it up on all the usual spots.
Yeah, once we do it live, it'll be there, and then we'll
Right.
Yeah.
transfer it everywhere else.
We got some things to figure out, but that'll be fun. We'll do a live tasting of PDQ chicken.
I am looking forward to this.
What did they invent? The Wachos? It's the waffle nachos.
Yes, the waffle nachos.
Which look amazing.
We'll find out.
Ah,
We'll
I
find
like
out.
that sound, Frank.
Appreciate you guys watching or listening. AnthonyAndAir.com has all our links and information. One more show before the special PDQ tasting show, so we'll catch you then.